It's Madonna from Eastside Flower Farm, Los Angeles, California, Zone 9. I'm going to trim back my lavenders. So here in Zone 9, our lavenders are perennial. I have phenomenal lavender. I know there's lots of different kinds, so you just want to check your zone to see what works best for you. The phenomenal works, does really good in cold and does really good in dry heat, which is where we're at. So it's spring. Well, today it's spring. It's been winter all since November. So today we have a spring day. So I was out here looking at my lavender. Well, I trim my lavender twice a year. I do a spring trim, and then I do fall trim after I cut all the flowers off. And that one is mostly just for shape. So, so the first thing, what happens if you don't prune your lavender? It gets woody and leggy, and it splits, and the branches are not very pretty looking, I don't think. It needs to have a constant trim, you know, once for sure a year in the spring, twice would be great. You know, in the fall for a shape up, keep it rounded. But it does need to be pruned. Otherwise it's leggy, it's woody, it's not very pretty. So also by trimming it, you get a better flush of flowers. So, first of all, we're gonna cut off all these, you know, the old flowers. So you would wanna prune it at least a third to half is what you wanna do. What you never wanna do is prune the woody part down here. If there's not any leaf growing up, you never want to cut under this little leaf down on the branch. You never want to cut beneath it, because lavender grows on new wood, not on old wood. So if you cut beneath your leaf onto the woody part, it's not going to grow back. And if you do that too much, it'll probably just kill your lavender. So I just kind of, for an initial one, I just kind of grab it and I just start cutting. You can see where the leaf is at, you know, and it's green, and you want to cut above the green. And I just get rid of all this stuff from the winter. It's dry, it's dead. And one thing you do want to do is, with anything, cut out anything that's dead, dying, or diseased. So there's a few of these branches that aren't very good. They probably froze. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look down and see if I see any green at all coming up in the center. And I really don't right now. I do actually on this one. I don't know if you can get close enough. There's some little green leaves down here on this one branch. So what I'm gonna do is, because I can see them growing down there, is I'm gonna go ahead and cut this off, because it's not very pretty looking. So you just wanna go through, I kind of shape as I go, and you can do this with, you know, hedge trimmers. I always do everything. I'm a hair cutter, so I like to cut hair. So you can do this any way you want to. As I'm going along, I always shape. What I want to do is smoother, tighter, I guess, on the edges, kind of like a ball shape. So I want to do a little taller in the middle and then go down shorter on the sides. But just kind of clean it up, get rid of all that last year's stuff, make it look really pretty, and then you will get your flush of flowers, you know, in the summertime, and it'll be really pretty. And then after that, just trim it up one more time. Like I said, there's way easier ways to do this, you know, instead of with your trimmers, but I like to do it this way. And I don't really get too fussy about it, but I do cut it off and just give it a nice little ball shape, get rid of all that nasty stuff from last year, and wait for your new harvest. So if you do need to cut something that's dying from it, you know, just go ahead and just cut it back, so that it's not, you don't have this dead piece of wood sticking up and ruin the plant. Otherwise, you know, you want to do it before your blooms start in the spring. So early spring, basically as soon as you start seeing the little green leaves growing down underneath it, you can prune it, and you want to do it before your flowers start. All right, thanks guys, enjoy your pruning.